David, don't leave me. I can't let you marry her.
Have you ever wanted something so badly that you forgot what was right and wrong? Well, today's story is about a beautiful young woman who almost destroyed her own happiness because she wanted something that belonged to someone else. But before we begin, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more interesting stories like this one. In a peaceful town, there lived a beautiful young woman named Nina. Nina was known throughout the town for her beauty. Whenever she walked through the markets, people turned their heads to look at her. She had beautiful hair, beautiful clothes, beautiful shape, and a bright smile. But there was one problem. Nina was never satisfied. Whenever she saw someone with something nice, she wanted it too. If her friend bought a new dress, Nina wanted the same dress. If someone built a new house, Nina wanted a bigger one. If another girl received praise, Nina wanted more praise. No matter what she had, it never seemed enough. People liked Nina, but her mother often worried about her. One day, her mother sat beside her and said, "My daughter, happiness does not come from having what other people have. Happiness comes from being thankful for what you already have." But Nina did not listen. She smiled and nodded, but deep inside, she thought her mother was wrong. Months passed. One day, a young man named David returned to the town. David was hardworking, respectful, kind. Unlike many young men, he treated people with respect. He helped the elderly. He greeted everyone politely. And because of that, many people admired him. Many young women also liked him. But David's heart chose only one person, a gentle young woman named Grace. Grace was not only beautiful, she was kind. She helped her neighbors. She respected her parents. She never spoke badly about others. Whenever somebody needed help, Grace was always there. As time passed, David and Grace became very close. Soon, everybody in town knew they loved each other. People were happy for them. But when Nina heard the news, something changed inside her. At first, she was only surprised. Then, she became disappointed. Then, disappointment slowly became jealousy. Why Grace? She asked herself. What makes her special? The more she thought about it, the more upset she became. Soon, she could not stop thinking about David. She convinced herself that David should be hers and not for Grace. Nina started looking for ways to get David's attention. Whenever David was around, she wore her best clothes. Whenever David passed by, she smiled at him. Whenever she heard where he was going, she somehow found herself there also. But David remained polite and respectful. He never encouraged her. His heart remained with Grace. This made Nina even more frustrated. Weeks passed. One afternoon, she saw David and Grace walking together and laughing. That made her heart burn with jealousy. Instead of moving on, she became more determined. Soon, Nina began spreading stories about Grace. She whispered to people in the market. She told others that Grace was proud. She claimed Grace was pretending to be kind. But the villagers knew Grace very well. Nobody believed the rumors. When the lies failed, Nina became desperate. One evening, she asked David to meet her. David agreed because he thought she needed advice. When they met, Nina finally said what she has been hiding. "David," she said softly, "I think you are making a mistake." David looked confused. "What do you mean?" he asked her. "You should choose me instead of Grace," Nina answered David. David was shocked. For a moment, he did not know what to say. Then he answered calmly, "Nina, you are a good person, but I love Grace. My heart belongs to her." Those words felt like a heavy stone falling on Nina's heart. She returned home angry and embarrassed. Soon after, news spread throughout the town. David and Grace were getting married. The entire town became excited. Everyone prepared for the big celebration, except Nina. As the wedding day got closer, she became more unhappy. She could not eat properly. She could not sleep properly. All she thought about was David. Then the wedding day finally arrived. The church was filled. The decorations were beautiful. The music filled the room. Grace looked beautiful in her wedding gown. David looked happy. Everything seemed perfect. Then suddenly, the church doors opened. Everyone turned around to see who was coming in.
"David, Grace, stop this wedding. I know what you did."
Standing at the entrance was Nina, her eyes filled with tears. Before anybody could stop her, she rushed forward. She fell to her knees. "Please don't marry her," she cried. The entire church became silent. Nobody could believe what they were seeing. Grace looked shocked. David looked disappointed. Nina continued crying. "I love you," she cried. "I cannot watch you marry someone else." For several seconds, nobody spoke anything. Then, David gently looked at her and said, "Nina, if you truly loved me, you would want me to be happy." The words hit Nina like lightning. The church remained silent. For the first time, Nina understood something important. What she felt was not really love. It was jealousy. She did not want David because they belonged together. No, she wanted him because somebody else had him. Slowly, tears ran down her face. She turned toward Grace. "I am sorry," she whispered. Then she stood up and walked away. Nobody stopped her. David and Grace got married. The villagers celebrated. As for Nina, she spent many months thinking about her mistakes. Little by little, she changed. She stopped comparing herself to other people. She stopped chasing what belonged to others. Instead, she started building her own life. And for the first time in many years, she found peace. And that is the end of today's story. What lesson did you learn from Nina's mistake? Tell me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story with your friends. Until next time, remember, what belongs to another person will never bring you true happiness. Goodbye and see you in my next video.